Good after. Hello. Happy 4th of July, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports, and here we are for Mariners baseball, as it is going to be the Seattle Mariners against the Canadian invading Toronto Blue Jays. And frankly, how did the Mariners allow this to happen? How about uh, for the Blue Jays? How about like not giving the Blue Jays fans discount? How about actually make them pay more and have the Mariners fans be more of a make the Mariners fan a priority? Whatever happened to Mariners first? Like, and you're also selling merchandise, Blue Jay merchandise in Mariners team stores. That's just disgraceful. We got to stop that. Anyways, yeah, it's going to be Logan Gilbert pitching today. He is on track to get 1,000 strikeouts. It's going to be Shane Bieber versus Logan Gilbert. It's going to be a tough matchup. I mean, Shane Bieber hasn't really pitched much at all this season as he has been suffering, looks like, an injury. But it is Logan Gilbert who's going to be pitching today. He's been pitching pretty well in this past month. And with it being 5 minutes and that it is the 4th of July, I'm actually going to have everyone, if you can, if you're willing, to stand up for the national anthem of the United States. We're going to play that. Give me a moment. Accidentally put it on repeat. So if there's any of the Patriots out there that are offended, my apologies. But anyways, we are it's just that this mic is very touch sensitive. My bad. So yeah. Yeah, thank you very much for the thank yous. Yes, I was muted because I accidentally pressed the button here. This thing is very, very sensitive. Like, let me tell you how sensitive it is. Yeah, that's how sensitive it really, really is. So I just got to be very careful. Mariners game will be starting in about 1 minute. And if you haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification. And we are going to get ready for some Mariners baseball real soon. Yep, baseball, America celebrating its 250th birthday. That was the day that Thomas Jefferson, who was well assisted with writing the Declaration of Independence, that was where they formally declared their independence away from the British Empire. And what a war that was. The Revolutionary War, one of the more bloody wars where they were fighting for literally their American independence. And we're getting ready. The only thing is, I just wish that there were more Mariner fans showing up to these games, especially when it's against the Blue Jays. Like somehow Mariner fans just never show up to the games. Some of them, and look at all those blue jerseys. Look at all those blue shirts over there. Like, what are us Mariner fans even doing on the 4th of July? They don't even show up. Like, honestly, this was why I didn't want to play the Blue Jays. Yes, thank God for George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Paul Revere, Samuel Adams, James Monroe, James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, Ben Franklin. Without those, we would not have a country. We would just be speaking, we would not be calling it soccer, we'd be calling it football. And we're getting ready for that first pitch. And that first pitch is going to be brought to you by SeatGeek. SeatGeek, use that promo code Rooftop Sports to get your $20 off. Logan Gilbert is 9 strikeouts shy. And that first pitch again is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use that promo code Rooftop Sports, get your $20 off. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, 98-mile-an-hour fastball. And we are underway here at T-Mobile Park. Lucas is batting .292. He has 4 home runs this season. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Mariners are donning in their more patriotic Mariners jerseys. John Schneider, the manager, who made himself very unlikable to Mariners fans, as he had a very big dislike on Cal Raleigh. Now it's going to be the 1-1, and now the pitch. It's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 2. We got a ball and 2 strikes. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a towering pop-up. Who's going to get it? Who's going to talk? Looks like it's going to be Cole Young. Makes the catch, and that is going to be 1 away for the Toronto Blue Jays. Next is going to be Vlad Guerrero Jr., who buried the Mariners in Game 6 of the American League Championship Series. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. As now we're at 0-1. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Randy Brickson says, "Sup, dude? Well, what's up with you? How's it going? Got 8 people on the show. Hit that like button, subscribe, and donate to this channel." I have an impression that I think all of you guys are normally with the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is going to be 2 outs. And next we got Okamoto up to the plate. And he is actually, oh, and Ryan Divish reported, "Let's go Blue Jays" chants has started early today. They replaced the USA chants early in last night's loss. Yeah, where are the pride of the Mariners fans? Like, honestly, I'm starting to think it doesn't help that now here's Okamoto. Now the pitch. And a swing and a miss. That's going to be strike 1. Like, the Seattle Mariners, they tried everything they can to market themselves that the U.S. national team was going to show up. And yet, as a way to get the Americans into the stadium, and yet we still got outnumbered by these Canadians. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled, as it's going to be 0-2. As now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. As we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. That is going to be 1-2. As now we're at 1-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss again. That's going to be strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. And the magic number is 7 strikeouts for Logan Gilbert. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. It was an easy 1-2-3 inning. And we are going to go into the bottom of the first. Northwest Sports Fanatics banned you because you were respectfully critiquing the Mariners. Well, I want to let you know that this is the place to critique as much as you want about the Mariners, because I'm the one that does it anyway, to the point that people think I take it too far. Oh, yeah, I can tell you that he didn't really have much of a liking for my opinions either. He also put me as like a negative Karen, whatever. Yeah, it's the Seattle way, I guess. I mean, but don't get me wrong. I respect the guy. I know what his path was. He's been doing this YouTube thing for over a decade, and he's made a career out of it. So can't hate him for being able to do something that not many people can do. The missing piece says the one and only game I went to was the Blue Jays and Mariners 7 years ago. I thought it was crazy hearing the Canadian crowd sing their national anthem with pride. Ours was quiet. Yeah, here's the thing. In Seattle, they're not exactly known for having the most pride for America. And I know that that's contradicting because a lot of USA fans really showed up for the World Cup. But I think that was more because, I mean, I got to know what the demographics were. Let's do this. USA versus Australia in Lumen Field. What was the percentage of Seattle fans there? Yeah, I mean, they were screaming, "Oh, Canada." So during the national anthem, what was it? They said that was 70% of the stadium was filled with U.S. supporters, but doesn't really say if they were anything of Seattle to pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. That is to J.P. Crawford. As now we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. That's going to be outside for a ball. As now we're at 2-0, the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. As now we're at 2-1. And also AZ Saturner, the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike 2-2. As much as he takes donations, I do too, to help support this channel too. Take a second and hit the like button. Yep. Hit that like button, donate to it, YouTube super chats, or you got the Venmo, you got PayPal. We're at 2-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Crawford, and that is going to be 1 away. Very sadly. And now we got Randy Arozarena up to the plate. And usually this is Julio Rodriguez's spot, but since he is on the IL, he will not be playing today as he is on a 7-day, unfortunately. Now here's Randy Arozarena to the plate, the pitch. And that is going to be low for a ball. As now we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. That is going to be 2-0. So we're at 2-0. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Oh, and when it actually is a ball, he doesn't even challenge it. Now we're at 2-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. Now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right field. That's going to be enough. That's going to be off the wall and bounces off. And Randy Arozarena will get to second base on a stand-up double. Nice hit by Randy Arozarena. I thought he was going to catch that, but actually went off the wall. No, but my theory on the whole Mariners fan thing not showing up for the Blue Jays game, I think it has a little bit to do with the fact that the population of Seattle isn't exactly known to show American pride. Because I mean, in Seattle, they're most known for being more on the progressive side. Now the throwback to second, it's gonna be not in time. Like if this was like in Dallas, Texas, or even Florida, or let alone like just anywhere else, then maybe the outcome would just be a little bit different. I mean, my experiences with Blue Jay fans have not been great, and Blue Jays are actually my least favorite team in baseball. The pitch. And actually, that's going to be in there for a strike. I really just despise everything of the Blue Jays. I really just don't like them. I have family that live in Toronto, and I don't get along with them well. So that gives me another ounce of motivation to be against the Blue Jays. The 0-1, and that's going to be outside for a ball. As now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball. That will get Randy Arozarena to third, and the throw to first. And that's going to be in time, and that's going to be 2 outs. And now it's going to be Cal Raleigh up to the plate. And Cal Raleigh doesn't necessarily have to hit a home run. He just has to poke it anywhere, and that would easily get Randy Arozarena in. So let's make sure that can happen. Big Dumper's really got to pick it up. He's at batting 160 with 8 home runs and 24 RBIs. To say that this has been a very disappointing season, if not his worst season, would be an absolute understatement. Now here's the pitch to Cal Raleigh, and that's going to be low for a ball. As now we're at 1-0. And also for every runner the Mariners do leave on base, it is 10 push-ups and 10 squats each. As we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. He was really just trying to just hack at that one. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And popped up, and that's going to do it for this inning. Okamoto is there and makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side in a very disappointing inning for the Mariners. It started promising with a Randy Arozarena double, and now it ends with the Mariners coming up empty. Now it's time for me to do my 10 push-ups and my 10 squats. Oh, so every inning where the Mariners leave on base, every runner on base that is left, I owe 10 push-ups and 10 squats each. So I'm doing it right now. Ugh. All right, what did I miss? The only thing I'm missing is my water bottle. I better go get that. You just did 10 push-ups. You do 25 every hour, don't you? Is that the truth? Wouldn't that be nice if I did 25 push-ups every single hour? I should probably do that. And now we're back from the break. Now we got Dalton Varsho up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. Because now we're at 1-0. Now the pitch. That's going to be in there. That's going to be low for a ball. So you do 25 push-ups every single hour, huh? Maybe I should do that like right after this part of the inning. Now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to right center field. Who's got it? And that is going to be Luke Raley making the catch, and that's going to be one away. Got 14 people on this channel. If you have just joined in, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the donation button, donate to this channel, help this channel, help it grow. $1, many dollars, don't care. Now here's Ernie Clement up to the plate. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be fly ball to right field, and this could be trouble. Here's Luke Raley, and he makes the catch, and that's going to be 2 away. 2 quick outs in this inning. Already a very efficient inning for Logan Gilbert. During playoffs last year, you did 25 every half inning from your knees. You cheated. Woo! Well, I'm just going to do every single hour. Yeah, that's a big one. Or maybe I should do 25 push-ups for this game for every time the Mariners give up a run. I'll do 10 per run given up. Now the pitch. But I'll do my 25 for the hour. So I'm going to take your idea on it. Now we're at 0-1. And it's Pinago. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. And if I were you, Mariners fans, scream as loud as you can. Like, you should be screaming at the top of your lungs. Make your voices heard to scare away those Blue Jay fans. Because now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. That is going to be 1-2. Cal Raleigh he's actually wearing a chest protector signed by the entire United States soccer team. Now we're at 1-2. Now the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not go, unfortunately. So that's going to be 2-2. And now we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. And strike 3 called, and that is going to retire the side. And Logan Gilbert, he is now 6 strikeouts away from getting his magic number to 1,000. We go to the very next part of the inning. It is still the Mariners and the Blue Jays at no score. Now time to do my 25 push-ups that I'm doing for the hour. Well, there we go. Whew. And we are back from the break. Now we got Josh Naylor up to the plate, the pitch, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's going to be strike 1. Josh Naylor is batting .251. Definitely a regression from last season. Now the pitch, and he's not going to swing at that one. That's going to be a ball. Another 1-1. And that's going to be low for a ball. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul off of his foot. And hopefully Josh Naylor is okay. Now the pitch. That's going to be fouled again. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right field. Is that going to be enough? And that is caught by the right fielder. Lucas is able to make that catch. He looked like he wasn't going to catch it, and that is going to be 1 away. Now the pitch. And that is going to be low for a ball. As we're at 1-0. Now the pitch, that's going to be a foul ball. Yep, happy 4th. Getting 2 bats by the deadline seems pretty unreasonable. It only takes a minute to do a set of push-ups. It really does, doesn't it? Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. going to be 1-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss again. That's going to be strike 3, and that is going to be 2 outs. It's going to be back-to-back changeups. Just cannot believe it. It's 2 outs already. Logan Gilbert is potentially going to have a wasted of an effort. Now the pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike. Now the pitch to Cole Young. It's going to be outside for a ball. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. That's going to be strike 2. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. And foul ball. Now we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. As we're at 3-2. As we're at 3-2. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a line drive, and that's going to be a base hit going into the gap. And Cole Young should be going to second base, and he is going to be there with a stand-up double. And a nice clutch two-out double by Cole Young. Now here's Victor Robles up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that is going to be in there for a strike. Yep, Cole is the absolute man, no doubt about it. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 2. Mariners keep getting on base when they already have 2 outs. Yeah, I know that's how it works, especially when you have Victor Robles up to the plate, who you really can't trust very much. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a line drive to left field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Is that going to be enough to bring in Cole Young to throw the plate? Not in time, and that bounces off, and Cole Young is able to score, and Victor Robles is able to drive in Cole Young on a 2-out RBI single, and the Mariners now take a 1-0 lead. What a gutsy running performance by Cole Young to give the Mariners a lead. A nice hit by Victor Robles. It was a nice screaming liner. And we definitely needed every single one of those. And I do have a lot of people, quite a bit. I really do think these guys are from the Northwest Sports Fanatics. I really do think so. I really do appreciate it. Now here is Colt Emerson to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Colt Emerson has been struggling as of late. Batting average is now down to 208. So it's pretty concerning. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. That is going to be 2-0. Because now we're at 2-0. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be 2 balls and a strike. So we're at 2-1. And throw back to first. And he is safe. It's going to be a 2-out double. Now the pitch. And now there's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And Victor Robles is going to be easily going to third base. And now we've got men on first and third with 2 outs. But there's a small part of me that thinks that Victor Robles still could have scored on that. It was a nice little dribbling single by Colt Emerson. Now I believe it's J.P. Crawford who is going to be up to the plate. Now here's JP. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. This is a big opportunity for JP Crawford to really put some more runs on there, as there's already a man on third base. After 19 innings, we finally get a runoff hit. Yup. As now we're at 1-0. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. That's going to be 1-1. So now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. That's going to be 2-1. JP has 10 home runs on the season. Now the pitch. And that's going to be, oh, they're going to challenge the call. Right now it's 3-1, but knowing our luck, it's probably going to be a strike. And that's going to be a ball. Now we're at 3-1. Now the pitch. Low for ball 4. Take your base. And the bases are going to be loaded. Bases are going to be loaded for Randy Arozarena. Randy Arozarena is now up to the plate. With the bases loaded, has a chance for a grand slam home run. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's just getting greedy. And he doesn't necessarily have to hit a grand slam home run, by the way. As we're at 0-1 for El Rando Grando. And now here's a fly ball to deep left field, and that is a grand slam home run by Randy Arozarena, and the Mariners now take a 5-0 lead. That is his 9th home run of the season, and it is the Mariners 5 and the Blue Jays nothing. What a way to go out with a bang here on the 4th of July. And that is off of Shane Bieber, and the Mariners are now currently running away with this. That was a huge grand slam home run. It's the Mariners 5 and the Blue Jays nothing. Yep, we needed every single one of those. Randy Arozarena. And I would assume that the people on Vegas are now putting in their money on the Toronto Blue Jays to make a huge comeback, which nothing would surprise me. The pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. The El Rando Grando. Now the pitch. Now we're at 1-1 for Dom Canzone. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Now we're at 2-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be, it's going to be a ball, 3-1. The pitch. That's going to be a strike, 3-2. Now it's going to be 3-2, the pitch. And that's going to be ball 4, take your base. Dom in the Canzone gets to first base. And then it's going to be up to Cal Raleigh to try to extend this inning. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Now the pitch. It's going to be up high for a ball. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Now we're at 1-1. And the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. That's going to be 1-2. Because now we're at the 1-2. Low for a ball. Because now we're at 2-2. So we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. It's going to be a foul ball. 4 runs for the 4th of July. Now it's 5-0. We're at 2-2. Cal Raleigh is fighting this off. Now the 2-2. Now here's a fly ball to and foul. That was going to potentially put the Mariners game completely out of reach. You would think, though. Now we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to the first baseman, and that is going to retire the side. But however, Randy Arozarena hit his huge grand slam home run to put the Mariners up 5-0.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
All right, what do we got? Randy Land, baby. He's trying to make up for that dumb crap they pulled. Yeah, 2 ABS challenges for what? 2000's fireworks night on July 17th. Well, I won't be going to the game, but I'll be going to the game on the 18th. And that game is going to be at 5 o'clock. Now here is Keys. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. Turned off the game last night because I knew we were going to lose. Yeah, it's a kind of a rhetorical thing to say at this point. Now we're at 1-0. Now the pitch. I do live near Seattle. That's all I'm going to say. But I don't live directly in Seattle, but I live in the suburbs outside of Seattle, well outside of Seattle. That was Nicholas Baker. Now we're at 2-0, the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. So now we're at 2-1. Now the pitch. There's going to be a ground ball foul. Plans for the 4th? Not really. Not at the moment. I was going to do the Canada-Morocco game, but I just wanted to take it easy and just rest. And rather just do this Mariners game. As we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. Way low for a ball. That is going to be 3-2. And it's going to be 3 full count for Keys. Now we're at 3-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Cole Young. Throw to first. That's going to be in time for the out. Here's Valenzuela. Swing and a miss. That's going to be strike 1. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and foul. Because now we're at 1-2. Logan Gilbert's getting close to his 1,000 strikeout mark. Now the pitch. And did he go? He did not go. Now we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up. That's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 2-2. Now the 2-2. And strike three called. That's going to be another strikeout for Logan Gilbert. That is going to be strikeout number, I think that's strikeout number 4. I think that's strikeout number 3. So he is 5 strikeouts away from getting the magic number to 1,000. And by the way, I didn't even mention the fact that I think this is now my 50th Mariners show. And now the pitch. It's going to be missing it for a ball. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. And looks like he is... Oh, yeah. He's challenging that call. Yep, that was an easy one right there. I have now 50. This is my 50th show so far. Yep, show number 50, all right. Now the magic number is 50 to get to 100 shows. Now here is a 2-0 to Jimenez. Now the pitch. And that's a towering pop-up, and that should do it for this inning. Who's got it? And Randy Arozarena makes the catch. Nearly loses it in the sun. He fell down, but that is going to retire the side. And we go to the very bottom of the inning. It is still 5-0 Mariners. Happy 4th from the UK. Thank you, Johnny. Let's go, Blue Clowns. Yeah, I hate the Blue Jays. Ugh. MC Hammer, they're playing the MC Hammer song right now. The next games that I would be doing after today, it would be 2 of the Rays games. So that'll put me at 52 shows. And I'm now on pace for 86. New to the channel, do you do Seahawks watch-alongs? Yes, I do. I do that. I do Mariners, I do Seahawks, I've been doing World Cup, and also to help get more out of this channel, if you want me to do more shows like this, not only like and subscribe, but also donate to this channel through the YouTube Super Chats. The pitch, there's going to be a ground ball foul. Your team had a World Series hangover. Oh, you're blue clowns. You like the Blue Jays. You like the Blue Jays. Cal Raleigh, injuries played a role. I would like to say that Randy Arozarena's behavior in the World Baseball Classic also didn't help. Because now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be fly ball popped up. And he makes the catch, and that is going to be 1 away. It's a beautiful day for 4th of July. He didn't just crash down to earth. His numbers have crashed down to hell. I'd say Kraken, but they are just depressing to watch. They had to change managements, and now the owner of the Kraken is trying to get an NBA team. Should be Seahawks, Sonics, Mariners, Kraken, UW Football, Sounders, Storm Streams. Badman, no, that's not going to happen. I'll explain why on all of them. So Seahawks, yes, I agree. Sonics, if they ever come back. Mariners, yes. Kraken, I just can't get into the NHL. I just don't have it. UW Football, I am not a Husky fan. I absolutely despise the Huskies, and I actually went to UW. Orcas and Seawolves, I know, but the pitch, it's going to be up high for a ball. Seattle Orcas. Let's not forget about the Seattle, so that's the cricket team. Now we're at 3-0. Now the pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike. Current squad, there is some mostly American players. Yeah, would have thought there would be some Indian players. Oh, they kind of are. They're actually Indian naturalized. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. Then that's going to be a play. It's going to be 2 outs. A lot of Indian-born players, but they consider themselves American players for the Seattle Orcas. And let's not forget about the Seattle women's hockey team, too. The Seattle Torrent, I think. And by the way, the Seattle Torrent got into some controversy just for selecting not only the best hockey player, but someone that doesn't exactly fall into the month of June very much. Got a lot of engagement so far. I really like this. I really like the conversation. I mean, you guys are the ones that are really carrying this show more than I am, as we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. I mean, it's only enough for me just to go to the games, but that's about it. I mean, I go to Thunderbirds games sometimes. I go at least once or twice a year. Yeah, it was miserable. A very miserable season it was for the Kraken. I like that. The evil Empire. I mean, the Empire were the good guys in Star Wars, not the Rebel Alliance. I mean, Vader would attest to that. As we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Oh, swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3. I think that's going to be 25 push-ups just for... No, actually, no, I have a better idea. I got 90 squats to do. Yeah. Ooh. Just completed my 100 squats. You just saw that. Oh, what do we got here? I can't really say much about politics, but yeah, I know. I know. They would do the same thing for the Mariners too. Let's not forget the Seattle Hacky Sack Pro Squad, the Seahacks. Let's not forget about the Seattle Sea Dragons too. The pitch. It's going to be a foul ball. There's also plenty of other smaller sports teams, a lot of them. What do you think your prediction is for USA and Mexico? You think Mexico will win it? I mean, they're at home, so you would think they would, but then there's also England where the script seems to be more in favor for them. The pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. I think if Mexico wins, even if they do win the round of 16, which of course you want them to if you're from Mexico, I'm actually going to a Mexico watch party tomorrow. This will be their last game. After the round of 16, they'll be going to Miami. As now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. That's going to be 1-2. How did you connect with Jay Triton's podcast? I mean, I just commented on his YouTube videos and we kind of hit it off from there. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. England has been awful, only just scraped past Congo. We'll see. The 1-2. Now it's going to be a ground ball. This could be trouble. Can't get to a toss over the first. And that's going to be in time. Nice diving effort by Logan Gilbert. Able to get it to first base in time. And that's going to be one away. And now we got Vlad Guerrero Jr. up to the plate. Yeah, the only one because of Kane. Harry Kane's the man. It's really a shame that his former teammate Sonomin didn't really get far with South Korea. And South Korea has been their soccer team is going through a lot of public scrutiny, not only in South Korea, but the entire world. And now the fan base is now under huge amount of social media scrutiny. He barely got him out. Round out Guerrero. But Guerrero's now just up to the plate now. I do want to go to a Torrent game someday. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. I'll probably start doing more cool, fun things at around like October to November after the baseball season's over. When the Mariners season's over, I'll be doing a little bit more things on the local side of sports watching. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Like other games I go to my former high school football team's games because one of my friend's brothers is now the head coach. That is Peyton Pallor of Skyline High School. So I'll be going to that. I'll go to a Thunderbirds game, go to a Kraken game, a Torrent game, 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's going to be 2 outs. And Logan Gilbert is getting closer and closer as that is strikeout number 5 for Logan Gilbert. And he is just 4 away from the magic number to 1,000. And now here is Okamoto to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. And now the 1-0. Swing and a miss. You know what I want? I want a Seahawks to Brazil. That's what I want. That's like the dream for me. Oh, did I reveal my location? That's great. Was it on my Twitter X by any chance? As now we're at 1-1 the pitch. That's going to be inside for a ball. Getting a bit sick of them sending the Jags every year. Yeah, but I also like the home field advantage too. So if it's an away game, then fine, whatever. We're at 2-1. Now the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. Well, there you go. But I don't live in Sammamish anymore, so there's that. I mean, how much do you know about Skyline football? I'd be curious. As now we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball drilled to left field. And that's gonna be a foul ball. Oh, the Christmas game. Yup. In against the Rams. I'm gonna enjoy that too. I'll definitely be doing a show for that one, no doubt about it. Can't believe that was foul. Thought that was gonna be a home run. And by the way, mic check. How is my new microphone? Because I did get this microphone for about, wasn't cheap, I can tell you that, but some of my viral YouTube videos of South Korea soccer, some people were requesting that I get a new microphone. Some of my viral YouTube videos of South Korea. Now we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up. And this should do what you would think. Who's got it? Who's talking? Robles makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. An easy 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners. And we will go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Yep, Kason Williams, Max Brown, Jake Heaps, Jordan Simone, Nick Washburn, bunch of good guys. Cooper Pulor, Peyton Pulor. List goes on and on. If the Apple Cup game was actually in, if the Apple Cup game was in Washington, like in Cougarville, Pullman, I think I would have went. Game's going to be at 1 p.m. on a Sunday. So that's going to be a really big day. Yep, it's going to be a jolly ollie. I mean, if they can withstand against Myles Garrett, then yeah, I would think so and hope so. Seahawks will be playing the Rams in the evening. And we are back from the break. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. As now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to deep left field. Is that going to be enough? And he makes the catch. Pinaco's the one making the catch. Now here is Colt Emerson to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's going to be strike one on the knuckle curve. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. Why are you even swinging at the dirt? Like, why are you doing that? Now the pitch. Low for a ball. Doesn't even swing it at this time. Glad he didn't. Now we're at 2-2. It's going to be low for a ball. As we're at 3-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a dribbler right to Shane Bieber. Go to first. That's going to be in time. Ugh. Now here's J.P. Crawford up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Now we're at 1-0. And that's going to be in there for a strike. That's going to be 1-1. Now the pitch. Now it's going to be a ground ball right to the first baseman. Go to first. That's going to be in time, and that's going to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for the Blue Jays. And now we're going to go into the top of the fifth inning. That was 100 claps. Oh, man, I got 25 push-ups coming up at 2:30. Ain't that the truth? And we're back from the break. Now here's Dalton Varsho, the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. What figures I have in the background? Oh, here's my most favorite one. The World Cup trophy. And I got to be extra careful with this puppy. As now we're at 0-1 the pitch, low for a ball. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Now we're at 2-1. The pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball to Naylor. Go to first. It's going to be in time. That's going to be one away. It took a long time to build. I think that thing took me like, 4 hours to build? It was insane. There's Clement. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to JP. Throw to first. It's going to be in time, and that's going to be 2 away. Now here's Peniago up to the plate. And the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. Now we're at 0-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. As now we're at 0-2. And the pitch. Way outside for a ball. That's going to be ball 1. So you went a little bit crazy spending on Seahawks Super Bowl memorabilia, did you? Now we're at 1-2, the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to left center field. This could be trouble, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And there goes the perfect game for Logan Gilbert. And I think there was plenty of time to catch that. And I don't know why anyone didn't go for that. I mean, if I'm Logan Gilbert, I'd be a little bit frustrated. I mean, it was a little bit of a Texas leaguer. I still think there was plenty of time. I think Julio gets that. Mike Hammer gets that. Ichiro gets that. Now we got Keys up to the plate. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a line drive to left field, and Randy makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side. And now I am going to do my 25 hourly push-ups. I would resist too if I were you. Here's also my Edgar Martinez bobblehead. What are you saying? You're supposed to say go for it, so I have a little vindication of doing it. Go for it. That's what you want to hear. We're all telling you to go for it, Johnny boy. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Ball one to the El Rando Grando. Now the pitch. Way low for a ball. That's going to be 2-0. Yeah, Mariners became Randy Arozarena became the second Mariner with a grand slam on the 4th of July since Paul Sorrento 1996. 30 years apart. I wonder if there's any highlights of Paul Sorrento doing so. Now we're at 3-0 the pitch. And that's going to be 3-1. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike two. Now we're at 3-2. Low for a ball four, and he will walk. Yeah, I'll see what Paul Sorrento thinks. Now here's Dom Canzone up the plate. Now the pitch. That's going to be a ball. So we're at 1-0. Now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right center field. Is that going to be enough? That is gone. A home run for Dom Canzone. A solo home run, a two-run home run. His 14th home run of the season. And now it's the Mariners 7 and the Blue Jays nothing. Dom in the Canzone. And that was just out of there, barely left the field. And Dom Canzone's having a good power season of 14 home runs. And I must say, Dom in the Canzone. There you go. Yeah, so the last Mariner to hit the Grand Slam home run on the 4th of July was Randy Arozarena. And the last one to do it was Paul Sorrento back on July 4th, 1996. It was one of his 3 Grand Slam home runs. And now we are back from the break. Seven runs in 5 innings. Mariners are up 7-0. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Can he add more insurance? Now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Now the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He went obviously around. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's going to be strike 2. Unfortunately so. And that's going to be foul ball. So now we're at 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Way low for a ball. That is going to be 2-2. Now the 2-2. And that's going to be a ground ball right to third. Okamoto for the first. And that's going to be out. That's going to be 1 away. Josh Naylor is now up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be ground. That's going to be a diving stop. Throw to first. Be in time, and that's going to be 2 outs. Now we got Luke Raley up to the plate. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Now we're at 0-1. And the pitch again. Swing and a miss. That's going to be strike 2. Looks like the bats are cooling down a bit. Mariners are leading 7-0. And the pitch. Low for a ball. So we're at 1-2. The pitch. Oh, and that just hit Luke Raley right on the elbow pads, and he is going to go to first base. He'll certainly take one for the team, no problem. I think we're going to get along very well. Johnny Bobo, you got to be Korean American, aren't you? If you're Korean, because I don't know any American that would know who that is. He's my most favorite striker of all time for South Korea. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Only South Korean to ever play for a club I have supported. I have his shirt. Is it the Chombuk Motors that you're talking about? Or is it Pohang Steelers? Or is it Middleborg? Or somewhere he was loaned to Germany? Now the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. Yes, I played with Lee Dong-guk all the time on FIFA 07 on the Xbox 360. He was my go-to guy. Oh, you're a Middlesbrough. Oh, you're from the UK. That's why. That's why you remember Lee Dong-guk. It's really sad how his career turned out, though, but it was nice that he got his career turned around with the Chombuk. Hyundai Motors. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. Yeah, he did. I mean, he signed on in his prime, but that was after he tore his ACL, which was very unfortunate. He tore his ACL on a non-contact injury when he was playing in the K-League for the Pohang Steelers, as he was also preparing for the World Cup of 2006. And some say that if he was the striker for Korea during that World Cup, there's a chance that he may have been a contributor, especially when he had good players around. He had Lee Young-pyo, he had Park Ji-sung, Il-yong, Lee Chun-soo, Seo-gyeon to support him. It's too bad that his career, his international career, did not work out. I remember in, oh, by the way, I owe 10 push-ups and 10 squats. But yeah, in his career, I mean, he started out as like a young phenom out of the Pohang Steelers. He was with the 1998 Korea team. Actually showed some potential against Netherlands in the 98 World Cup, and he had a breakout performance against in the Asian Cup of 2000 in Lebanon, where he scored the game-winning goal against Iran. And then unfortunately, he was not chosen for the 2002 team because Goose Hitting felt that he wasn't going to be a good fit for the team for 2002. And it turns out that he was possibly right. Yeah, he was awful at the Boro. Wanted it to work out for him. To this day, I've never seen a single Lee Dong-guk shirt at Boro games. It's a collector's item. I mean, he didn't last long, and he was awful because he was coming off of an injury. So it was a surprise that the Middlesbrough actually took a chance on him. I think he should have stayed in the K-League at that point. And that's going to be popped up, but hey, money talks, right? And that's going to be who's got it. Cal Raleigh makes the catch, and that camera was off. Yeah, he played for Pohang. He was loaned to Germany. He was in the army with Gwangju for a couple years. Then he went to Middlesbrough, didn't even score a goal, played in 23 appearances, the Boro. Then he went to a Division II K-League club because his career was just pretty much fell apart at that point in 2008. Then in 2009, he revitalized his career with the Chombuk Hyundai Motors, which was good enough to bring him back to the South Korea team. And he was actually on the international team until 2017, to the point that he was actually helping out for the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. He was hanging around in the international team for that long of a time. And now we're at 1-0. The pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And it's too bad it didn't work out. And then in the 2010 World Cup, he was actually chosen to be on the squad. He was a reserve striker for Park Chu-young. And then in the Uruguay game, he had a chance to equalize against Uruguay coming on to the stoppage time when he had a nice chance by Park Ji-sung, swing and a miss, strike 2. But then his shot lacked power to cross the goal line, and South Korea lost the game after his mistake. I mean, it wasn't really much of a mistake. It's just that he just could not score, and it was really sad because I was like, no, I was like, score. Because now we're at 1-2. It also didn't help that it rained too. Now the pitch. I mean, but then you can say the same thing about Suarez. I mean, Luis Suarez scored a ridiculous goal against South Korea. But yeah, he was in qualifiers for the 14 and 2018 teams. Didn't score any goals. 2 goals in cups against Northampton and Mansfield. So, yeah, that was it. Any league goals, but it was just the 2 cup goals. And that's going to be strike 3. And now he's at 997 strikeouts. He's on 66 pitches. He's been pitching very efficiently. And Johnny Bobo, I think you've seen that I post some Korean content. I wonder if those were the videos that brought you to here. So yeah, I'll keep following. I'll do my best to stay updated about Korean soccer from this point on, especially after this World Cup. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. I mean, Korea hasn't exactly had the best luck with strikers throughout their entire history. Chobam-gun, he had no team around him. Then Lee Dong-guk, that happened. Park Chu-young just did not work out at all. Son Heung-min, as much as he became a superstar, he just never had a good team around him, with the exception of the 22 team. And then the 26 team, this was supposed to be the best team, but then they just fell apart. Possibly the algorithm brought me here. Let's thank Lee Dong-guk. Possibly. I will not be doing the Belgium-USA game because here was the plan. Now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Now it's getting Now it's going to get close to 998 strikeouts for Logan Gilbert. Oh, yep, that's the Son Heung-min shirt on the wall. Yeah. Now it's 1-2. Now the pitch, low for a ball. I mean, one of the notable things that I did like about the Premier League is not many people talk about it, on how Luis Suarez did a lot for the Liverpool team back in the day. As now we're at 2-2 for Lucas. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Should be easy play. Throw to first. That's going to be in time. That's going to be retiring the side. I know the Spurs really almost did get relegated. They've been a complete disaster. And also to answer the other question, Stanley Cup since 94, USA 32, Canada nothing. That's just nice. I was going to do the Belgium USA watch party in Seattle, but however, I was lured by my softball team because they really need me to play. I was going to skip the game, but it turns out that they need 1 or 2 wins to get into the playoffs. And I got to go PP right now. What do I play? Here's some of my softball highlights.
There you go. Good hit. Go home. Go home. Woo.
Ooh.
Yes, you're up.
Go to third. There you go. Yeah. Wow. Oh yeah, go, go, go! Go home, go home! Stay a second! Yeah! Let's go! Yeah, let's go!
And we are back for the break. Now here's Victor Robles up to the plate. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike one. As we're at 0-1. And still low for a ball. Now the pitch. We're at 1-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike three. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a bunt, and that is a very gutsy call. Now the throw to first, and that's going to be not in time. Nice hustle by Colt Emerson. And now we got a man on first base for J.P. Crawford. Now, how about now? What? No, what? This microphone's a bit. And that's going to be popped up. And when it comes down, it's going to be 2 outs. Favorite Korean player to play in the Premier League was Park Ji-sung. I mean, he's an obvious one. He's my all-time favorite. Well, out of the Premier League, he's easily the favorite. But my favorite player for South Korea is Lee Dong-guk. Who do you want to win the World Cup? I'll say Mexico. So underrated. Think he got overlooked because of the stars on the team, but he was so good. Yeah, he had. I mean, let's look at that 2007 team. That's going to be outside for a ball because I think that was their best team, I think. Or I think it was like 2006 was their best team. Manchester United 2006 through 2007. They had a dream of a team. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. This could be now the throw to first. And that gets away. And Cole Emerson should be getting the third base. Now there's a runner on first and third with 2 outs, though. All right, let's look at the squad for. I mean, they were the best team in easily. Premier League, they were winners of the UEFA FA Community Shield, and they're the best in the Premier League, coached by the great Alexander Ferguson. And he's a Scottish coach. He coached Scotland from 85 to 86. Must have been the 86 FIFA World Cup. Now I got Dom Canzone up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Sir Alexander Ferguson was with the team since 1986 all the way to 2013. Now I want to look at who the squad was on that team. Now we got 1-0. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. Here's all the notable players that they had. Edwin van der Sar, he was their goalkeeper. Patrice Evra, their defender on France. Rio Ferdinand, Wes Brown, Cristiano Ronaldo, Anderson. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to be a base hit, and that's going to bring in Cole Emerson, and the Mariners have now extended their lead to make it 8-0 on a 2-out RBI single by Dom Canzone. Dom in the Canzone. Then you had Luis Saha on that team. I mean, this was an unstoppable team. Luis Saha was part of the team in 2006 World Cup with France. Wayne Rooney, Ryan Giggs, Ben Foster, Park Ji-sung, Gabriel Hyenze, and they're bringing in a pitcher from the bullpen. Nani was on that team. Paul Scholes, Jared Piqué. They even had a Chinese guy on the team for Manchester United. He only played like 1 game, though, and he was sitting on the bench for almost 8 years, but he was put out on a loan in the Belgian league. John O'Shea, Johnny Evans, Darren Fletcher. I mean, these were really good players. Carlos Tevez. They had a lot of good players back then in the day. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. Now the pitch. Outside for a ball. Two 2-0. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike one. Cal Raleigh does have a great chance to try to hit a home run, and I think that's what he wants to do. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right field. Is that going to be enough? That is gone. A towering 3-run home run for Cal Raleigh, the big dumper. That is his 9th home run of the season, and the Mariners now have taken an 11-0 lead, and that was just an absolute towering bomb by the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Huge hit by Cal. Maybe that will get his confidence going, and the Mariners are pretty much running away with this game. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. The Rangers losing as well. That could be very helpful. Now the pitch. There's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. The Mariners are still... Now there's still chances to score. Yeah, it's going to be low for a ball. Now we're at 1-0. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball again. And now we're at 2-0. Now the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball foul. Cal Raleigh just hit a 3-run home run. Now we're at 2-1. Today's performance should have been the M's in Game 7 ALCS. Doesn't always work that way, though. Doesn't work that way. Now it's 2-0. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. I'll give you that this should have been a performance like this in games 3 or 4 in the ALCS. Now the pitch. Low for a ball, and that gets away. And that should be getting a runner to second base. I don't know if Josh Naylor ran on that one. Blue Jay fans right now, stop. We're already dead. Nope, no mercy. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that's going to retire the side. But the Mariners get 3 more runs on a 3-run home run by Cal Raleigh. And now we'll go into top of the 7th inning.
Taco lovers, this one's for you. Come enjoy tacos Autenticos at Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, packed with flavor, made with love, and always fresh. Try our carne asada, al pastor con piña, and more. Topped with cebolla, cilantro, y a squeeze of lime. Pair it with a cold drink and relax at our outdoor seating. Perfecto para disfrutar. Find us at the Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, open daily. Ven con hambre, sal fies. Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck.
Oh, and we're back from the break. And the crazy part is that this is only the 6th inning. Then the crazier part is that only the 6th inning, we have multiple innings to score. Now we're back from the break. Now we got Logan Gilbert still on. Now the pitch. That's going to be low for a ball. He's been pitching almost perfect baseball. He only has 72 pitches. Now the pitch. That's going to be popped up. It's going to be fouled. Another 1-1. We're at 2-1. The 2-1. Now here's going to be a fly ball to left center field, but playable, and Robles makes the catch. That's going to be, I think that should be 2 away. It's going to be 1 away. Now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 1. We got Zoolander Leo going. How are people even still watching this embarrassment still? I mean, we're Mariners fans. We love it. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. The 1-1. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. Another 1-2. Low for a ball. Now we're at 2-2. A pitch. It's going to be low for a ball. It's going to be 3-2. We're at 3-2. And still foul. Now Logan Gilbert's pitches are jumping up by 10 just because of Okamoto alone. He has 6 strikeouts. He's got 3 more to go. Now we're at 3-2, the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to JP. Throw to first. That's going to be in time, and that's going to be 2 outs. Wonder if Logan Gilbert will be allowed to pitch to try to get to 1,000 strikeouts. Looks like the next homestand will be on July 17th through 19th when we're back from the All-Star break. Use that promo code Rooftop Sports, get your $20 off. Gotta double check if that is for sure. It does look like it seems to be, because they'll be in Miami after this, and they'll be playing against Tampa Bay, so they'll be in Florida after this. Now here's Clase. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Now we're at 0-1. The pitch. And that's going to be strike 2. Now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. That's going to be low for a ball. Now the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on a 97. And that's going to retire the side. Strikeout number 998. And looks like we're going to be doing the God Bless America. Yep, we're going to be doing it all right. What's going on, Black Tom Clancy? You speak my language. Do you play Splinter Cell? So, yeah, we're going to do the God Bless America in just moments. We got 8 of you guys in here. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit notification. No, you should be able to hear me now. It's because this microphone's very sensitive. That's why. The pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Happy 4th. Flick of the switch. Now the pitch. That's going to be low for a ball. It's going to be Kennedy up to plate, by the way. Kennedy is taking over. That is Buddy Kennedy. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Now we're at 2-2 for Buddy Kennedy. And the 2-2. Foul ball. The 2-2. And swing and a miss. Strike 3. Yeah, thank goodness they skipped that piggyback. No doubt about it. And then Kennedy just struck out. That's going to be 1 away. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. Now the 1-0. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Now the pitch. Up high for a ball. JD says, best friend's dad was a rooftop Korean during the riots. Yeah, I think there's now I assume that you found me probably through this whole World Cup thing because I've been doing a lot of content. The name Rooftop kind of does it. As we're at 2-1, I mean, hence the logo. Now the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball foul. Now we're at 2-2. And that's going to be foul ball. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3. Piggyback with him and Manny Acta. That'd be silly. Now the pitch. And it's going to be up high for a ball. Now we're at 1-0. The pitch. Ooh! And that gets away, and that's going to be 2-0. Now we're at 2-0, the pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Now the pitch. And we're at 2-2. Watch Dan sit Munoz in the 9th and pin. Yeah, and the pen gives up 12. That's going to be possible. The pitch. And that's going to be strike 3 call. That's going to be a 1-2-3 inning as we go to the top of the 8th inning. I got to get some water.
Now sizzling at Apollo Mediterranean Greek Food. Come enjoy our flat-top grilled Greek chicken and beef, Slovaki tender, juicy and bursting with Mediterranean flavor, served with savory yellow rice, fresh daily cut veggies for our crisp salads, homemade hummus, plus warm pita, and our signature tzatziki, perfect for a fresh filling meal made with care. Cold beer available. Order now at apollogreekfood.com. Come visit us for a delicious meal and a cold beer. We'd love to serve you.
Yeah, Munoz is not going to go in there. Getting close to being back from the break. And we are back from the break. They still have Logan Gilbert on the mound. And that's going to be a strike. And I would assume that this is probably his last inning. He's at 7 strikeouts, getting close to 1,000. Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. Now we're at 0-2. Pitch. Now here's going to be a liner caught by J.P. Crawford, and that is going to be 1 away. Ugh. Oh, what? They just took out Logan Gilbert. Of course, he gets a standing ovation. I mean, it's 11-0 anyway, but I think I would have just let him use one more. Let him go one more inning just to see if get to his 1,000 and save another arm for tomorrow, because tomorrow's not going to be like today. I can tell you that. Now we got Wilcox on the mound. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Now the pitch. Now there's going to be a ground ball right to Emerson. Now the throw to first. That's going to be in time. Dave Softy Mahler on July 3rd said the amount of Blue Jay fans in that stadium will never not disgust me, but the fact that it doesn't discuss Mariners ownership is even more disgusting, to be honest. It's 100% embarrassing. And now it's going to be swing and a miss, as we have 2 outs in this inning. Logan Gilbert had a very strong performance. He was nothing short of impressive, only pitching a 1-hitter. And that's going to be outside for a ball. That's going to be 1-1. Now the pitch. Did you use, oh, wait, what the? Did you see Ace top prospect get his spine blown out in brutal collision? Yeah, that sounds horrible. Look it up. Ryan Lasco, during an on-field play, broke his neck, specifically fracturing his C6 and C7 vertebrae after colliding with a teammate. X-ray is what it would look like. Require emergency. Oh, yeah, it's really bad. It's going to be a fly ball to left field. Who's got it? Emerson's got it. He makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners, and we're going into the bottom of the 8th inning, and it is 11-0. We're only 65 runs away from 76 runs to commemorate 1776, aren't we? Getting there, aren't we? Crazy thing is, when America turns 300, I'm going to be 80 years old. Oh my gosh. I better look good by then. No one looks good at 80. I know, unfortunately. Another pitch. Now here's gonna be. Oh, it's just off the wall thing. Oh, it's just a commercial thing, or just a preview, or what they're reviewing is just what's been going on. Oh, inside. That nearly hit him. As we got one out, it is 1-2. That's gonna be a. And that's gonna be a strike, as we're at 2-1. There's gonna be a ground ball right to second base. Go over the first. That's gonna be in time. 1-2-3 inning for the position pitcher. And now it's gonna be the last try for the Blue Jays. They have an 11-0. Mariners have an 11-0 lead.
There you go. Good hit. Go home. Go home. Woo.
Ooh.
Yes, you're up.
Run up. Go to third. There you go. Yeah. Wow. Oh yeah, go, go, go! Go home, go home! Stay a second! Yeah! Let's go! Yeah, let's go! That's three.
And we are back from the break. Now we're at 0-1. Now here's going to be fly ball to left field. Who's got it? And Arozarena's got it. He makes the catch, and that's going to be one away. We should get 25-0 or 250. I know, right? Now the pitch. Low for a ball. Now the pitch. And it's going to be a strike. Now the pitch. Outside for a ball. Uh, 2-1. Low for a ball. Now the pitch. And it's going to be a strike. Now we're doing it 3-2. And the pitch. Now it's going to be a line drive and foul. Now the pitch. Strike 3 called, and that is going to be 2 outs. The Blue Jays are down to their final out as the Mariners have just been absolutely dominating the Blue Jays. Their offense really came out on fire, especially without Julio Rodriguez, and they have a chance to at least even the series. And most importantly, they also have a chance to get the lead. Wait, let's see if they do get that lead in that division. Nope, I think they could have the division lead today because they'll be at 46 and 44. Assuming that they win, unless something dramatic really happens. Now the pitch, that's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be a combined 1-hitter is what we're on the verge of being. Rangers have just lost the Tigers. Now we're at 1-1. The pitch. Now there's going to be a ground ball. This should do it. Emerson to first, and that is in time, and the ball game is over. The Mariners will take game 2 of this 3-game series, and hopefully they'll win tomorrow. Hopefully they get that confidence going into game 3, especially fighting off against the Canadian invasion. Well, I think that's going to... Well, I got to see if they're actually in that division lead, too. Because I think they'll have a half-game lead on the Texas Rangers. So that means they'll have seized the division lead. Well, I'm going to take off. Thank you very much for being here. Had a pretty good turnout. Had about up to 14 people on this show. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And everyone, have a happy 4th of July. Happy 250th birthday, America, and many, many more.
What a win for the Mariners. If you intend to go to the next Mariners game or any event, use my promo code Rooftop Sports to get $20 off the purchase. And go Mariners!